Welcome back. We're joined now by Tal Heinrich, spokesperson for the Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu. Thank you so much for being here. First off, I just want to get the latest here from the ground and what you're hearing now that you've been able to assess the scale of this attack. Give us the latest, please.
Well, John, thank you for having me on this morning. Very eventful, dramatic night over in Israel. You see, we witnessed an unprecedented Iranian attack from Iran's territory on ours, and it was met with unprecedented response, not only by our forces, but also with partners, international partners, the United States, France, the UK, and regional partners. Iran, they tried to hit us hard with, more than 100 ballistic missiles, overall 300 drones, missiles, cruise missiles, and 99% of which were of the threats that were launched in our direction, we were able to repel, to intercept. Very few missiles actually crossed into our territory, and the ones that did cause very, very minimal damage. Unfortunately, there's a young 10-year-old child from the Arab Bedouin community that was hurt, injured severely from debris. But overall, this was, phenomenal execution. Phenomenal defense on our end with the United States, of course, and other partners involved, and really remarkable cooperation. And not only in terms of repelling this Iranian attack, but also in terms of sending the right message to Iran. Don't mess with us. Right. Don't mess with the free world. We see you for what you are.
And the war room here is going to meet later today to discuss what is next. That's the big question that the world's asking right now. What is next? What will Israel do? Can you give us any insight, any indication as to how this response will be?
Well, Israel will make its own considerations, obviously. What I can tell you definitively is that there will be no taking chances on our security, not when it comes to Hamas in Gaza and not when it pertains to Iran. We're ready defensively. We're ready offensively. Of course, we take into account various considerations. We consult with allies, with our best friends. We share concerns. We take advice. But there will be no taking chances on Israel's security. That's for sure. The Prime Minister underscored that we will act upon this concept by which if someone's trying to hurt us, we will hurt them. We don't seek wars. We don't seek conflicts. We always seek peace, especially in the region, and we have a track record that proves it, But there are these dark forces, the Iranian axis of evil, Iran and its proxies across the region, the forces that try to take us back to the darkness of the Middle Ages. We're not going to allow that. The Jewish people, we were persecuted throughout history, from biblical times to modern times. There were, those forces trying to annihilate us, like Iran says it wants to do now and wipe us off the map. But now we have the ability to defend ourselves.
Tal, so far this has been somewhat of a shadow war, if you will. It's been a lot of Iranian proxies that have been hitting Israel, but now this is Iran sending rockets and drones right into Israel. Where does this? I mean, this is unprecedented. But does this now change Israel's outlook on where this war could go? Do you now see that this is a direct hit?
Well, we send terrorists, all the terrorists, the same message. Don't mess with us. And it doesn't matter if it's the terrorist of Gaza or, the terrorist trying to hit us from the north in Lebanon, the Houthis in Yemen, the Palestinian Islamic Jihad in Gaza, militias in Iraq, militias in Syria, which are the same ones that are trying to hurt American bases, as you know, or if it's coming directly from Iran. Our message is, again, don't mess with us. We see Iran exactly for what it is. This is why they call us the small Satan and the United States the great Satan, because we stand in their way.
Tal, what is the confidence in the U.S. right now? Clearly, the U.S. came and helped stop some of these explosives from hitting Israel. But the president has also said he doesn't want to be part of any counteroffensive against Iran. What's that relationship like now, and how do you strengthen, bolster it? Give us some indication as to what the Prime Minister is feeling right now.
John, I think the past 24 hours have shown and proven once again that the U.S.-Israel relationship is so strong, and how we're able to stand, together, shoulder to shoulder, vis-a-vis significant threats and challenges, and how powerful the message that we're able to send together. And it's not only about Israel, because Iran, yes, they are a threat to Israel, obviously, but they are a threat to the world. Anywhere you look around the world, and anywhere you look in our region where you see bloodshed and chaos and terrorism, you'll find the footprints of Iran. You find the footprints of Iran in the war in Ukraine. Similar drones, explosive drones that targeted us. You find them being used in the war in Ukraine. So we really thank the White House for standing by Israel and demonstrating this global moral leadership, because the effort against Iran has to be, a global one. This is why you mentioned before the break the United Nations session underway, or that's about to begin. This is why we call on the free world, the civilized world, to condemn Iran, to define their Revolutionary Guards as a terrorist organization, and sanction them.
Tal, let me ask you this. Iran used some of their most sophisticated weaponry against Israel in this attack. Could nuclear weapons be next as part A? And in the response from Israel as part B of this question, would the IDF go after some of these facilities that are building nuclear weapons in Iran as part of a counterattack?
Well, I'm glad that you're bringing it up, because we know and we saw another evidence of how dangerous Iran could get. No other nation, no nation would have tolerated, would have suffered more than 100 ballistic missiles being fired towards its territory. It's really unprecedented what happened yesterday. And again, the response was unprecedented. And we're thankful for the technological superiority that we have, and great cooperation that we had in repelling that. But Iran could get so much more dangerous if it ever acquires nuclear weapons. I'll just say this: we will never, ever allow that to happen.
Okay. We'll leave it there. We'll continue to watch and wait, and we'll wait to see what comes from the G7 leaders that are meeting a little later today. Tal Heinrich, thank you so much. We appreciate it.